Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Today we had day number 4 of FUTmas. We had some new SBCs come out and they were okay. And a lot of people probably aren't going to do these SBCs just because they are okay. They had some good cool names. Balotelli, obviously a legend in FIFA, Iniesta as well. But just the type of SBCs that they were, the cards that came out today, and especially the requirements on this Akanji card, as you guys probably do know. This Akanji card, it costs about 100,000 coins to do for an 82 rated center back, and yes, he could get an upgrade through winter upgrades. He might go to an 84 rated card. This FUTmas card could get boosted, but still not the best SBC there. You could get a lot better center back for 100,000 coins in my opinion. Other people are very hyped on that card and they might have done the SBC, but in my opinion, I think you can spend your coins better elsewhere. Balotelli obviously has a Scream card, and when I first saw this SBC come out, I forgot about that Scream card, but he did get a very nice shooting boost. So this is a decent card and probably a pretty good super sub. I used him early on in FUT when the game was just out. He was very good. And then of course we had the Iniesta card with 92 dribbling, 70 pace. And you know what you're getting with this card. It's pretty cheap for an 88 rated. I think it costs about 45 to 50k. I could be wrong there, but I haven't looked too much at the SBC because I don't think there are many people looking at those SBCs from today. But today also what we saw, and we'll look at the market here in just a second. I want to show you guys a little bit of the trends that we kind of saw today. Here's what I've sold today so far. There was some panic selling this morning. I only sold this for 158, which I think I might have been able to get a better sell price for that. But this Lingard actually hit 128, which is what I bought this card for this morning, because the UCL draws came out this morning, and the knockout round matchups were drawn this morning. So I was able to sell a Kimpembe, able to sell a Lingard, because they got panic sold because of what matchups that they got. I sold some other cards throughout the day today. Got this Overmars at 580. Was able to just do a quick flip on that. Got a Goretzka sale, and a lot of these Javi Martinez's I was able to clean up and get out of my transfer list because people were hurrying up to finish the Firmino SBC. A lot of these were lazy buyers, but his price did actually hit about 6,500 right before that SBC went away. A couple more Gabriel Jesus sales, got those for about 65k in the panic selling when Firmino first came out, and I sold the Savage at 13k, which was very random. That was a very nice discard inform. As you can tell, I have a lot of stuff listed for lazies right now and some other investments sitting on the transfer list. But I want to talk about kind of getting past today. Obviously today was kind of just one of those a meh kind of day with the SBCs that we got, and I want to move on and kind of look at what could be coming tomorrow. Now there's been a lot of hype already surrounding tomorrow, and I did say that I wanted to look at the market today as a whole. It kind of went up today. It looks like people maybe bought some teams midweek. If we look at some cards, I don't know, I saw one in particular that really stuck out to me, and that was Mahrez. It was his first inform. It seems like maybe people did end up buying some teams today. If we look at the hourly graph from today, Mahrez was at 95k and he actually got up to about 110. He's at 115 right now. So there has been a little bit of hype today with some of these cards. I think people might have bought some teams, so that was interesting. But I want to take a look at predictions for tomorrow, for today, when this video goes out. I'm recording it the night before, and some 7th place predictions. Today, this could be a pretty good, depending on how EA wants to drop some SBCs. We've had a day off or so. You know, today was just kind of a day, or day 4, but day 5 with these cards that we're going to look at right now does have some promise, so I'm pretty pumped for that. So we have Banega, Didavi, and Pavard for possible 7th place finishing teams, with Sevilla being 7th and Stuttgart. Obviously, Sevilla, you could have had the likes of Ben Yedder, you could have Promes, and you could have somebody like Muriel as well. I think Banega would be a very good card to get as an SBC. If they gave him 70 pace, I think that would be an SBC that people would want to go do, just because he would be a La Liga cam, 70 pace. He would get a strong link to Messi, and it will be a very usable card, I think, with a boosted passing, a boosted dribbling. He'd be a pretty solid center mid if he did end up getting 70 pace. That would make his card a lot more desirable. Other than that, I think the 7th place finisher of the SBCs tomorrow probably will be the weakest player. But moving on to the Uruguay player selections, though, that's the nation that is coming next in the rankings, and that is kind of interesting to me because Jimenez, other than Jimenez and obviously the top tier Uruguayans, you have Suarez, Cavani, Godin. Other than those guys, there aren't a ton of Uruguayans that would be really usable, and like, you know, even to get an 84 rated Uruguayan, you'd have to boost one of the lower rated cards up a lot. So I think Jimenez is very likely to get this, maybe a Muslera, but again, one of these SBCs might not be the headliner for the day. If you get a guy like Jimenez, we're going to have to talk about some possible panic selling opportunities and ways to invest in some panic selling, because Jimenez would get a nice green link to a informed Godin and to an informed Hernandez, Lucas Hernandez. So we'd have to watch some panic selling on those if people maybe sold their Lucas Hernandez to get a Jimenez, because Flashback Juanfran, a lot of people have that card, and that would get a green link to a Jimenez. But other than that, there's not too much to look forward to Uruguay unless they would drop a Cavani, Suarez, or a Godin. But number 7, now this is where it could get interesting tomorrow. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, are starting to hype up Heung-min Son because so many people want this card, myself included as a Spurs fan, and I don't think EA can put out that SBC. I just think it's going to be too much. It would cause a ton of hype. Even a Coutinho, if they dropped an 89 rated Coutinho center attacking mid card, as B-Walds has here in his prediction, that would be insane. I think tons of people would go run to do that card, even though Firmino just came out. If they made that card at a decent price, I'm sure Coutinho feels great in this game with his high dribbling, very good passing. He'd be a perfect cam. You could have Firmino and Coutinho in a double cam formation, or even put them both at striker, switch in game. They're both Brazilian. They both get good links other than that. So that could be interesting as well. But tomorrow, I either seeing it be pretty like stellar, amazing, like maybe we get a Son or a Coutinho and a Jimenez, or it's maybe sort of lackluster and we get some players that are just kind of meh again, kind of like today. So going between all of those things, I do want to say, looking at the 83 rateds, the 84s, the 85s, they aren't low right now. We'll refresh the page, you know, to get the most accurate reading. But if you look at like the 83s, I mean, they're just not that low right now. You have obviously a lot of the goalkeepers in here that are pretty low, but again, for these cards to go up, you need to have a very good, very popular SBC, and we haven't really had that yet. Obviously, we had the Firmino and the Torreira. Those were the two SBCs that really made a lot of requirements, you know, move up in price, and they're still kind of high from Firmino. They're still lingering, especially some of the 84s with good nations and good leagues, and some of the hype for Heung-min Son is kind of pushing those up as well. So 86 rated players are still staying high, around 18,000 coins. 87s, 88s, and 89s are high because of icon SBCs. So we just need to wait for those to kind of calm back down if possible. But again, I don't think there's a lot to invest in for tomorrow. I think tomorrow is just going to be kind of a reaction type of day. And I think, you know, when I talk about reactions, I just mean like, okay, let's say they do drop a Heung-min Son. What are we going to do? Well, Heung-min Son, is, if he comes out as a left wing, you're going to want to look at who he links to and who he would be taking the place of. Obviously, as a left mid, a left wing in the Prem, there are tons of those cards out already. It's so saturated, as people have often said, which is very true. There are so many different left wing special cards from the Prem that I would so hope that they would give him a striker or a center attacking mid card. And either way, you got to look at some possible link investments for that card. Harry Kane would be one person, and Christian Eriksen's new card would be another one as well. The team of the group stage and the inform, but most of all, that team of the group stage cards. Maybe look at the gold cards as well. But obviously the cards that are out of packs have the opportunity to be the easiest to trade with and to move the most and make the most coins off of, because they have no supply coming onto the market at the same time. So Spurs players, you want to watch that. And you know, we're going to be looking for players that if a Son would come out, if a Son center attacking mid card would come out, who would he replace? Well, he kind of would almost replace Eriksen. So that would be an interesting thing to look at. Eriksen might get panic sold right away, but then rise back up as people complete the SBC and want to pair him with other cards. If Son gets a striker card, Harry Kane's price might fall for a bit and then rebound. You know, things like that is what you're going to be looking for tomorrow, regardless of what SBC comes out. If they put a Coutinho out, maybe it's a center attacking mid Coutinho. You're going to want to look and see what La Liga center attacking mids are getting sold off. Maybe you have a guy like Toni Kroos. Obviously, a lot of people have his untradeable card in their teams, but maybe you have, maybe a decent amount of people are using this Rakitic card. So you have the new Rakitic team of the group stage card that could be a good investment because of a Firmino card that comes out, and I think this card's honestly pretty undervalued anyway. During the day, sometimes he reaches low 50s. Right now it looks like he's about 68k, 65k, 62 right there for that one. But this is a solid card, and I think people would link him up to a Coutinho. But that's kind of enough for the predictions and kind of for the mindset tomorrow. I also want to look at, this video is going to be a little bit quicker, but just because there's not as much stuff going on. I kind of want to look at team of the week stuff. And yes, we got to talk about FUTmas. That's kind of the main thing that's going on right now. But I think Thursday is going to provide a fantastic opportunity for us to look at link investments to this upcoming team of the week, as we like to do every week. But a lot of stuff has been low, and I think this week could be a fantastic week for special cards that link to new team of the week players. So as you can see here, we have a team of the week prediction from Foothead. This is just the one that I wanted to look at because I think it looks good and I think it is pretty accurate. We have a Gabriel Jesus, we have a Messi, and a Griezmann. Not too sure about these guys. If one of them will get in or both of them, we'll have to find out. But I think Gabriel Jesus is basically a shoo-in. So you got to start planning early. What kind of cards could you buy to sell in a weekend league flipping period that would link with that card? And a few that come to mind right away would be the Willian left wing card, the new Firmino. Obviously you can't buy that for Christmas, the FUTmas version of Firmino, but his UCL card, his regular gold card, would link to him as well. And that Mahrez that I showed a graph of earlier, the right wing Mahrez, I think that'd be a great link to this Jesus card, and it would definitely rise up in some hype. So I want to start looking at that stuff early. I want to start kind of talking about maybe how we should get our minds right already for that kind of stuff. Another investment opportunity I see with this team of the week is Kimmich. Now, if Kimmich does get an inform, that would be a very good card that people would put at right back. And people already love that UCL Neuer card, so I'm thinking that he could be one to look at, because if you're going to get that Kimmich, who are you going to pair him with? Well, probably Neuer and Boateng. Right now, this Boateng card is about 35,000 coins on the market, and last time we had a Bayern inform, and when we had the hype of the Pro Tournament, and a lot of people using that UCL Neuer card, you saw the Neuer card go up like crazy, but so did this gold Boateng card. Like, I'm serious, this Boateng card was 37k that weekend, and he rose up to about 45. He went up about 10k almost in that hype. So 10k card on a 30k card is incredible profit ratio. So we're going to be watching this card closely again this weekend, and if Kimmich does get a team of the week card, that's somebody that I'm going to want to buy into because of the link investments. And Neuer as well, he's still regarded as probably the best goalkeeper in this ultimate team right now. Looks like he's going for somewhere around 55 to 60,000 coins, so that looks like a decent pickup. And this blue Neuer, who has the most hype, looks like he's like 190 or 180 right now. If you can pick that up on bid for 180 or below, I think that's a pretty good shout for that card. But I just kind of want to get your guys' minds turning on what could be coming up this team of the week and how we could invest for that, and of course how we can make some coins off of that. Thank you guys so much for the support on the videos recently. It has been absolutely phenomenal. We hit like 600 plus likes or views in one day on the FUTmas day 3 and day 4 projections. So yesterday's video, that is absolutely insane. And keep watching these special cards. Obviously, since people are selling these cards to do FUTmas SBCs, a lot of them are falling into the hype, especially later in the evening with the nighttime hours. You know, you have guys that are open bid listing some of these informs, and they're getting very cheap, and you can get them on cheap bids. And buy it nows for that matter as well. So that's just something to keep watching. Stay tuned to the market, and hopefully you guys are making some pretty good coins. Thanks for watching this video. It's been Nate, the Foot Accountant. Catch you guys later. Peace out.